Hey, it's Ron from Radio Ads Direct. Now that you've created a Radio Ads Direct account for free, you can get started by creating a new recording. Essentially, for any ad campaign on the radio, you're going to need audio for that ad. And we've made 3 easy ways for you to be able to do that. I'm going to walk you through those right here on this video. Once you've logged into your account and you're at your dashboard page, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see some options for creating a new recording or letting us create a commercial for you. So let's start with the create recording options here. There are 3 total ways of doing this in the platform, so we're going to go ahead and try the create option first. If we go to create recording, you'll see that there are 2 options here. One is to upload a recording, and the other one is to actually record it right here in the web browser or on your mobile device if you happen to be using mobile for Radio Ads Direct. So the upload option is probably the simplest of all 3. This is if you happen to have audio already recorded for your ad campaign. Now maybe you've produced an ad with somebody else over time, or you produced audio for a video ad for something like YouTube. You can use audio that you already have on your computer or device as long as it's an MP3 audio file. And it's very easy to choose a file and import it right here to the platform. All you have to do is click Choose File, which is going to bring up your standard Windows file selector, and then I have a sample commercial audio file saved here that we can try for the platform right now. Once you open that file, it's going to show up in the preview pane here in the audio upload and recording tab. And you can see you've got a little playback control here. So if you want to make sure that the ad is the one that you thought it was and everything sounds right, you can click play and it should play right on your computer.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money.
And that's enough of that to know that we have the right ad for our demonstration purpose here. Now, after this, you're going to want to give the audio a name. So we're going to call this sample commercial number 1. And then you're going to give it a voice actor name. Now, this obviously is going to be up to you, whoever recorded the ad for you, if there's a particular voice on it, or maybe it's yourself. Chances are that there's not going to already be a voice actor saved in our system for this, so we're going to go ahead and create one right now. And I'm going to put in my own name here. And as you can see, since this doesn't already exist in our system, you're going to add Ron as the voice actor. And then that should become the voice actor for this particular commercial. And that way, in the future, if you go in and you upload further spots, this will automatically be an option, so you don't have to create it going forward. And then, of course, we're going to select which stations we would want this ad to potentially air on. So if we click on this little drop down under Select Stations, you can see all the stations that are available to you. And for our testing purposes, we're going to use Atomic 106 and just select that station. Now, you could obviously pick more than one station here. If there are several stations you're going to want to run your campaign on, I recommend selecting as many stations as you think could be applicable to the campaign you're running, because those stations do have to approve your ad before you can schedule it. Once you've selected the stations, you've put your voice actor information in, and you're satisfied with the audio, then you can simply hit Submit. And it's going to submit that ad for approval with the radio stations that you've selected. This also takes you back to your Recordings tab, which you can access from the navigation here on the left. And you can see that sample commercial number 1 is currently pending, which means that you are waiting for radio station approval. Now, you will get a notification in your email when someone from the radio station has approved your ad, or if for some reason the ad isn't approved, if there's a problem with the content or the quality, you will get a message through the platform and also be emailed as well with some follow-up questions, and you may have to submit some additional information. But for the majority of the time, if you have a pre-produced ad and you've submitted it, it's just a simple approval process. You'll get the notification, and this is going to go to approved. But while we're waiting for that to happen, let's go back and try one of the other recording methods. So if we go back to Create Recording, which you can do right here from the tab, you don't have to go back to your home dashboard page. This time we're going to use the Record option, which is directly in the browser. Now obviously you do have to have some kind of audio device connected to your computer or be using a mobile device that has obviously a microphone built in. The quality, of course, is a little bit of a concern here, but you don't have to worry about that too much because the radio station will receive your recording and they'll be able to take action with it, whether it is to clean up some audio artifacting or anything that could affect the overall recording quality. It's up to them to make sure you have a nice finished product that you can air. So it's pretty simple here. With the start recording option, it's going to give us a countdown, which does count down from 60 seconds. It's just a convenient way to time out your ad. You can run 15-second, 30-second, or 60-second ads through the Radio Ads Direct platform, so this gives you a good idea of how long your message might be. Now I'm going to record a sample here for Radio Ads Direct itself, just so you can see the concept here. Radio Ads Direct is the exciting new platform that allows you to advertise in a way you never have before using the radio stations you love. It's simple, it's easy, and it's free to get on and try and set up your free account. Now, I'm not particularly satisfied with that ad-lib copy there, but we can always redo this, so you can re-record as many times as you want, so let's give that another try. Radio Ads Direct is the exciting new platform and the newest way for you to get your message to businesses in your area using the radio stations you love. All you have to do to get your free account today is go to radioadsdirect.com. Now that was about 14 seconds, so we're in that 15-second time range here. And I'm going to go ahead and give this recording a name, just like we did with the uploaded one. And we're going to call this Radio Ads Direct AdLib. And as I mentioned, we already created the voice actor for Ron, so I should be able just to pick that. And then again, we're going to pick stations here. This time I'm going to go ahead and pick two stations. I'm going to do 104.9 KVL and Atomic 106. And then I'm going to hit submit. And similar to before, this is going to take us back to our recordings page. And now you can see that we actually have three things pending. And the reason why is because we've submitted this to two different radio stations for the last one that we've done here. You can see that it automatically detected that it's a 15-second ad. That's the category it falls under. And we should see approvals come in once these get approved for both Atomic 106 and 104.9 KVL. While we're waiting for those, I'm going to go back to the dashboard one more time. And this time we're going to take a different approach. We're not going to be involved in creating the audio at all. We're going to go ahead and request that a commercial is produced for us. Now, as you can see on the dashboard, you also see these pending approvals here as well, so it's easy to keep track of. It's only going to show you the last three, though, so for that full list, you're going to want to hit the Recordings tab on the left. If I go to Have a Commercial Recorded for Me, it takes us to the Commercial Requests tab, which, again, also exists in this left-hand navigation, so you can always go straight through here. We have not done a request yet, so let's create a new one right now. And again, we're going to pick the station that we want to request this from. We're going to do Atomic 106, and it's just going to ask us some simple questions we have to fill out here. Answering these questions will help the radio station create an appropriate commercial for us that we'll be able to listen to and be able to approve or deny or go back and forth with a little bit. So what does your business do? Radio Ads Direct is a website where businesses can create and manage their own radio campaigns on their favorite local stations. What is the goal of the campaign? We want as many people as possible to learn about Radio Ads Direct and the services we offer. What do you do that your competitors can't? We're the only website where you can order radio ad campaigns directly online without any outside help. And then you can also optionally pick a duration here. So if you're looking for a 30-second ad or a 15-second ad or a 60, you can put the preference in there so that the station knows what you're looking for. I highly recommend doing this because it makes it more manageable for the people that are creating the ad, and it's going to reduce the total amount of time that it'll take to get a demo ad in your account that you can listen to. I'm going to go with 30 seconds here, and then I'm going to submit that request. As you can see in the notification up here, the commercial request was submitted successfully, and it is giving you some info on this request under the tab so you can see exactly how you filled out the form, and you're going to have some additional detail as the process moves on here. Some time has passed, and we're back at the dashboard, and you can see there's a little notification icon up here at the top that has 4 notifications. So if I click on that, we can see that we have audio ready for review. Your commercial audio has been uploaded and is ready for review. So this was from our request that we used the form for. We also have 3 different approvals here for sample commercial number 1 and both of the Radio Ads Direct ad lib for the 2 different stations. So if we go over to recordings, we should be able to see those. And as you can see, we have 3 different approved ads here. One is for 2 different stations with the same ad, this Radio Ads Direct ad lib, and of course the sample commercial number 1. These are all approved by the station, so these can be scheduled anytime directly through the website. Now, one thing to keep in mind here as far as recording the ad in the browser, if you use that option, the other thing you can do is, instead of actually reading a script or reading the ad yourself, as if you want that to be on the air, you could use that as a time to give audible instructions to the radio station. For example, maybe you'd like to tell them a little bit about your business and kind of some of that info we saw in the form, but you want to do it in a talking, more conversational manner. You could use the recording section to do that and submit it to the radio station, and then they could still potentially record a new commercial for you and give that option as something that you could schedule and put on the air. So these ads are approved and ready to go. In our next video, we're going to talk about how to take one of these ads and actually create your radio ad campaign. But let's take a look at the commercial request, because we saw that that one also had a notification. And as you can see, request number 2 actually has audio uploaded. So if we click on this, we can see all of the details we put in the form earlier, and then we can see there's an audio version down here below. Now this says version 1. It's in review because right now, as the customer, we have a chance to listen to this ad and hear what it sounds like, and then from that point we can decide if we want to let this air or if we want to have the station do some additional work on it. So this is some sample audio that obviously was provided by the station, really has nothing to do with our request, but you can play it right here in the browser just like everything else.
If it's football, it's Namath. Joe Namath with Can.
So we got a little bit of audio there. And let's say that this isn't the ad we want, which technically it isn't, as this is a demonstration. We're going to decline that, and we're going to provide some explanation as to why we're saying we don't want to air this commercial. So let's just say some of the info was wrong. Our website address is radioadsdirect.com. And you can also put things about what you'd like to be changed. Please correct the website info and we should be good to go. And then you can hit submit feedback. That's going to be sent back to the station, and then you can see that it was declined, and here's the decline reason, and then they'll upload a new version. It's going to show up as version 2, and you can continue doing that until you find one that you'd like to approve. Once you've approved something, then it's just going to show up in the recording section with the other recordings that you already have approved. So you can use any of these to schedule your ad campaign, and as I mentioned in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take one of these ads and schedule your ad campaign from start to finish.